Work-related stress, also known as psychosocial hazards. This is included in the Workplace Health and Safety Act legislation and also in the International Standards 45001, which is also the Occupational Health and Safety International Standards. Now, with regards to mental safety, psychosocial risks, it's now becoming more and more familiar that people are hearing what this term means. And what this term means is what is creating work-related stress, what factors impact people at work. So it's not about trying to fix people's problems. It's about understanding as an organization, what are we doing that is impacting and increasing stress with our individuals, with our team members. Now, this is broken down into different factors. So you have work design, you have which includes the role, the actual work itself. You have the environment, what types of environments people are working in, whether they're out on site, whether they are in the office. It could be down to noise in open planned offices, things that will affect them. It could be heat outside, for instance, if they're working out on site, out west or in the middle of Australia. Also things like support relationships, how they feel with people within the in the business and also other people they interact with, whether they feel respected, whether they feel disrespected. It also goes into harassment events, harassment and bullying, whether that be sexual harassment, whether that be discrimination. And all of that also comes in because it creates stress. Things with regards to change management, organizational justice as well. Organizational justice is things that are the company doing right? So if, for instance, I do something wrong and then someone else does exactly the same thing wrong, are we treated fairly? If I report an incident, how is that then treated? And is that any different to somebody else? So it's looking at things like that as well, because just going back on that, that is actually really important, because when people report incidents, which is what we want them to tell us what is going on within the business. They are our eyes and ears. So the more they communicate with us, the better it is. But to encourage that communication, they need to feel safe and they need to feel respected. And they also need to feel that they're going to be treated fairly. Now, what does that look like? So it's looking at what is your processes and procedures with regards to reporting and then investigating. What is the amount of information after something's happened with regards to the communication of the people involved? How is that dealt with swiftly, and how is it kept discreet so that everybody that is involved is respected while the investigation is going on and after? So understanding what's actually creating stress within the business, and it could even be leadership. So leadership is something that we look at as well with regards to, are people micromanaging? What does it look like for the manager? Do they have an open door policy? Am I getting feedback from them, whether it be constructive, or am I getting expectations and goal setting? And all of this is really important because it goes to their well-being. If you have someone who is a worker bee and when I say worker bee, it's someone that is quite happy to come in to 9 to 5 and do their job and not interested in a career progression. They want to be heard, they want to be acknowledged, but they don't want to set goals to go on a career progression because it's not what they want. However, other people will be hungry for career progression, and there are some companies that will shy away from improving or encouraging people up the ladder because it's like, well, they've got nowhere to go. And my question back to them, well, hang on a minute, if we have all these people that are improving their skill sets, then surely the business is going to get bigger because we've got more people that are highly skilled and everyone's moving up and the company's getting bigger. So eventually there will be somewhere for them to go. And not only that, if we are then helping them to achieve a goal, whether it's a career goal or personal goal, the amount of loyalty that that person will have with us will increase. So the likelihood of them achieving their goal and then leaving it is also reduced as well. So it's when we're looking at work-related stress, what is creating the impact from an organizational point of view, what is actually going on underneath the bonnet, and then sort of looking at how can we improve what isn't working so well, and then how do we test to make sure that it's actually what they need and what they want. So looking at the key performance indicators within these, which are the factors, and then questions around the factors, and then testing and measuring. And also don't forget the consultations as well, where you're actually talking to people about it. I have a question for all of you that are doing mental health and mental well-being within your business. Is if I came in and I said to you, if I'm an auditor or a workplace health and safety representative, and I come in and I say, okay, can you show me how you monitor and identify any psychosocial risks within your industry? What are you going to show me? How are you entailing all of these factors to show me how you are monitoring it and how you are compliant with the legislation? And how are you holding up your duty of care? If you've got any questions around this, always happy to help. If you are unsure about what psychosocial hazards are, please visit our website. There is a resource in there that actually goes into a little bit more detail to these factors and what's included underneath each one of them to give you a little bit more insight into them as well. As always, reach out if you have any questions. Until the next time, take care.